You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
What?
I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work.
Because I am going on vacation.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today the movie which I'm going to be talking about is Spider-Man Far From Home. It's a 2019 movie. It's a sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, which released in 2016. So this movie is basically based after the Avengers Endgame incident. The movie is directed by Jon Watts, who also directed Spider-Man Homecoming, and it has Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jake Gyllenhaal, Jacob Batalon, Samuel L. Jackson, Marisa Tomei, Kobe Smulders, Jon Favreau. Basically, the premise of the movie, as I said earlier, it actually starts after the Avengers Endgame incident. So Spider-Man is completely exhausted after the whole Avengers thing, and he's also going through a lot of trauma because of Tony Stark passing away. Now he wants to take a break from the Avengers thing, from the superhero thing. So there is a college trip planned to Europe with his friends. So he just wants to go on the trip, and he wants to confess his love to Zendaya, who's playing MJ, and he just wants to have a good time with them. When all this is happening, there is some villains who actually start attacking different places in Europe, and Jake Gyllenhaal, who plays Mysterio, comes to actually help Nick Fury with the whole monsters and everything. And then Nick Fury asks for Spider-Man's help, and that's how he gets involved. Although he doesn't want to be involved in the whole the crime fighting thing, he still gets involved into it. He gets dragged into it forcefully. And then how he manages to actually also be in the trip, and also tries to confess his love to MJ. At the same time, he is unwillingly trying to fight this threat along with Mysterio.
What up, dorks? What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
I'm here in St. Marco Polo's. Oh,
I think MJ really likes me.
Reminds me when I first fell in love.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man. This is Mr. Beck.
We could have used someone like you on my world.
Your world?
Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap tore a hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
Let me talk about acting. I think Tom Holland is great as Spider-Man. I mean, he really brings out the emotions, what he is going through, his unwillingness to get into the fight again, and his whole trauma after Tony Stark passes, and how much he's dying to actually confess his feelings to MJ, and how he's unwilling to get into the whole fight against these monsters. So the performance is really good. The direction of the movie is pretty decent. Personally, I think Spider-Man Homecoming, I felt, was better. I enjoyed that movie more. Although this movie takes you through Europe, and the action scenes are huge, spectacle. You can also see the comparatively the stakes are more, the budget is more, but I think I still like the first movie better. The comic scenes are pretty nice. This movie is pretty funny, and I think half of it is because of writing and half is because of the performances of everyone. The visual effects are very impressive. Overall, I would say I wasn't that happy with the direction, but it was okay. I mean, it's a enjoyable fare.
What do you want, Peter?
I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel. MJ, I
am Spider-Man.
No, of course I'm not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
You're right, you may not be ready, but this is my responsibility. Saving the world requires sacrifice. Sometimes people die.
Oh my God.
Now the likes and dislikes about this movie. One of the things which I really love about the movie is the chemistry between Spider-Man and MJ. It's absolutely fantastic. Every time they come on screen, you love seeing them on screen. You love MJ and Spider-Man's chemistry in the movie. It's very, very nice. It looks really believable. It looks like they really like each other. And I also like the fact that they actually refer to the snap thing, but here they call it blip. And how, like, some people have aged, like, after the snap, like 5 years have passed, and after the Avengers incident it's been 8 months now. So the people who have come back from the snap, they still are the same age when they disappeared, but the people who remained after the snap, they have actually grown. So which they, it's pretty funny, and also like it's a nice like touch. Yeah, visually the movie is like pretty good, because the characters go to Italy, they go to Prague, they come to London. The comedy is pretty good in the movie. I mean, I can't talk a lot about the movie without giving spoilers. Yeah, one of the other things which I liked is the post-credit scene. This movie has two post-credit scene, and I kindly request you guys have to wait and watch this post-credit scene, especially one which is connected to Spider-Man. Like, yeah, it actually, like, like builds a lot of curiosity and excitement for the upcoming Spider-Man movies, how they are going to take the story forward. And even the second post-credit scene is not as great as this, but still it's pretty nice.
I just always feel like I'm putting my friends in danger. The world needs the next Iron Man.
You going to step up or not?
The main reasons why I was like hugely disappointed with this movie is the villain. I did not like the villain's backstory. I did not like the things which were written for the villain, his motive, how he goes by, and what all he can do after a certain point of time, and how he does it, and also the ending. So, okay, although the performance of the villain was pretty good, because it was done by a great actor, but I think the material provided, the writing like provided to him was like pretty weak, so he could do only so much. So that is one of the reason what disappointed me about this movie more than anything. I still definitely think that Vulture was a lot like a better villain than this. I think we have seen in a lot of superhero movies that a good villain makes a lot of difference. It enhances the story, the conflict of the hero, and also the movie, like, slows down in a lot of portions. So overall, without spoiling much, I would like to say that this is an average movie. If you're a huge Spider-Man fan, I'm sure you'd love to watch this movie. If you're a Marvel fan, you'd like to know, because there are a lot of like small like callbacks, and the story points which, like, come from like after the incident of Avengers Endgame. They address like small things, like, why Avengers are not available for this mission, and about the snap which they call blip now, and so many certain small things. So I'm sure people who are like Marvel and Spider-Man fan will actually have a great time. But, and one more thing, apparently this is the last movie of the Phase 4. Avengers Endgame wasn't the last movie of the Phase 4. So this is the one. I still feel the Spider-Man Homecoming was better, and especially after something like Endgame, which was like a really high point, this movie might be a letdown for a lot of people. So I would say it's a average watch. So my ratings for this movie would be 5.5 out of 10. So that's it, guys. As usual, thank you so much for watching the review. Please do like, do subscribe, do share, and also do comment. And as usual, have a great day, guys.